What is a goal? How is a goal? Who is a goal? Where is a goal? Why is a goal? All that and more. Let's go. The new year's here, and with that, people like to set New Year's resolutions. Recently, people have come out against resolutions in particular, just because they have the negative connotation that you have to wait till the New Year's to actually do the New Year's resolutions. Which, in fact, that's what a lot of people do. December, they're like, I'm just gonna wait till January to get in shape. I'm gonna wait till January to get my diet right. That is not necessarily what I'm trying to get people to do. And honestly, I mean, it's almost through January now, so the New Year's, it's here. The time's now. I like to use the new year as a way to set new goals for the year, and I think that a year time frame, every goal is not going to take a year. Some will take a couple months, some will take a couple weeks, some goals take a lot more than a year. A year is just it's a good timeline to think, okay, what can I do this year? I don't shoot for all my goals at once. I spread them out through the year and have different seasons and cycles. Can't do them all at the same time. I think a year is a good timeline to put your goal on. Just set it on that year. Don't think of them as resolutions, just think of them as goals. You don't want to have to fix your life every year by making resolutions. Okay, well that failed. I'm just going to put it in myself, have resolve to do this again. No, you want to have goals that get you to that endpoint that you're shooting for, and your lifestyle needs to be able to support that, and these goals need to support the lifestyle that you want. I completely agree with that mindset that resolutions are bad, in the sense that don't wait. Get it right now. Put the work in. Do it right now. Go after it. And here you are. I know you're thinking, so why should I even set goals? I never hit them. I always set these resolutions, and by February, they're completely out the window. So why goals? To become better. We as men need to seek contentment in what we have. We need to be content in where we're at, but we also need to run from complacency. If we're complacent, if it's just okay, if there's somewhere we want to be, but we're just like, it's kind of hard. It's going to be a little tough. Run from that. Run from that thought. Run from complacency. Seek contentment and run from complacency. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That goes for in the gym. If you're not pushing yourself to get better, odds are you're going backwards. Financially, if you're not getting ahead, you're getting behind. And that goes for a lot of things in life. If you're not pushing yourself to stay ahead, gain ground, you're losing it. So get better, push yourself, and set goals. Okay, so how do I set goals? Number one, you want to write it down. So I'm sure by now you're pretty good at setting goals. The culture is to set the goals, set the resolutions every year. But like I said, people tend to fall off by February. So how do you get that? How do you get past that point? How do you get past that and push? The main reason people fail at their goals, they're too intimidating, they're not measurable, they're too hard, or they're too easy. They're just not pushing you, or you just don't want it. You're setting goals that you don't want to chase. And at the end of the day, we don't want that. We don't want goals just for goals' sake. We want goals that are going to push us to become the men and the people that we want to be. So write them down, okay? Write that down. Write them down. You need to write it down. Writing your goal is half the battle. Like stats show, I don't know, this is just me saying that, but once you write it down, that's literally half the battle. That's the hardest part. There's so many targets out there to hit. Once you choose a target to hit, you're more likely to hit that target. Because if you're just shooting, you're not going to hit anything. Deciding what you want to do is half the work, and you're more likely to do it if you write it down. Not only because you've decided what you're going to do, because that piece of paper or that note you put is holding you accountable. And number two, you have to tell someone about it. You have to put it out there. You can either post it on social media, tell your friends, whatever. You have to let somebody know this is a goal you're chasing so they can hold you accountable. And so a month from now, you're not just like, maybe. Because if nobody knows about it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to just ditch it. Write it down and tell somebody. The major key to goal setting is what goals you're setting. Right? A lot of people are setting the wrong goal. They're setting goals that are too hard, too challenging. They're just like, they're not going to go at it because it's too intimidating, or it's just too easy. They get it done next week. Or it's a goal that, how do you even know if you accomplished it? How do you even know what that is? Like it's not tangible. I want to be a better person. That's not a goal. That's more of an aspiration. How do you measure if you're a better person? How do you become a better person? And that's where you set goals, right? You want something that is attainable, that is measurable, but also challenging. Not too easy, not too hard. You know, it'd be nice if it fit on the time frame of a year. Obviously, there's some goals that are going to take more than a year. And for me, what I like to do is, okay, what can I do in a year? What's possible for me to do in a year to get a chunk out of that bigger goal? A prime example is I want to squat 500 pounds. Do I think I'm going to do that this year? No. So maybe 450 this year. Okay, so that's one of my goals. Am I going to run a sub 4 hour marathon this year? Probably not, but I could probably get a sub 430. So you want it to be challenging, but not too challenging. You don't want it to scare you. If I have the goal of squatting 500 pounds this year, I'm just going to give up after a couple weeks of realizing I'm not going to hit the goal. Why try? And that's what a lot of people do. Attainable, measurable, and challenging. And at the end of the day, you want to be pleased with, the way it turns out. You don't want to set a goal so hard that you're obviously not going to do it, and you're going to be bogged down. You're going to be depressed about it because you didn't hit your goals. You didn't accomplish anything this year. You don't want to do that. You want to push yourself. Don't forget to push yourself. It's a dichotomy. You want to push yourself. You also want to be realistic. And a lot of people, that's hard. That's hard for people to be realistic. Yeah, that's hard. So you got your goals. They're good goals. They're challenging. They're attainable. They're measurable. You wrote it down. You told your friends. And now what? You're going to listen to my goals. So I've put a bunch of my fitness goals out there already. I'm not going to go over my fitness goals on here this year. I'm going to go over some other goals, spiritual goals, my financial goals. So here's a couple of my goals for this year, 2024. Number one, I want to be more intentional with my time and primarily my family time. I have really dependent on my phone. I'm just constantly looking at it. This is a real moment. To become a better husband, better father to my kids, I gotta put the phone down sometimes, right? I'm easily distracted, super addicted to it. I'm probably more dependent on my phone than a lot of people. It's something I'm working on. I'm putting this out there. Y'all hold me accountable. So yeah, I want to spend less time on my phone, be more intentional with my time. Overall, I want to decrease my screen time for the year. Number one, I want to be more intentional with my time. Number two, I want to pay off my credit cards. Past couple years, I stacked it up, okay? I'm at the point where it's hurting a little bit, okay? We're being honest today. What I'm going to do this, I'm going to Uber and DoorDash a lot this year and try to knock it down. I'll get it paid off, and I'm going to do that on top of what my normal work schedule. So number two, pay off my credit cards. Number three, grow the Burden Society. What's the Burden Society? The Burden Society is a community of like-minded men with the goal of getting better every day, becoming assets in our community, and just becoming better men, guys. So as of right now, we have a Discord. Link is in the description. Join it if you are a man looking to get better. I'm also going to be posting weekly videos on YouTube on my channel, pushing manhood stuff. This year, I'm pushing man stuff on my channel and more of this talking head stuff. And a big thing we're doing to grow the Burden Society is we're doing Burden Society Forge Nights. Glorified camp out, men's retreat, meeting, disciples, whatever you want to call it. We're going to camp, talk about Jesus. We're going to eat. We're going to do fitness. We're going to shoot guns. Ow. So yeah, I want to grow the Burden Society. That's a big thing. I'm trying to bring really good men content. I really want to grow men. So join the Discord. So yeah, that's my 3 goals for the year. I hope you guys hold me accountable to that. I'm really looking forward to this year. It's already rocking and rolling. And I hope by putting these things out there, these were not easy things. I kind of exposed myself in a couple of these. I want to push you as men, as whoever's watching, if you're a woman watching, I want to push you to become a better person so you can grow, and also for your family. So guys, set some goals, become better, write it down, tell somebody, make it measurable, make it attainable, push yourself. Whatever it takes for you to put the work in. Put your goals down there in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's build a community. Join the Discord. Put work in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.